All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're diving into a massive shift that's happening in the world of travel. And we're going to use Malaysia's ambitious Visit Malaysia Year 2026 as this incredible, high-stakes case study for what the future holds really for everyone.
Now, this quote really sets the stage. This isn't just some clever marketing slogan, it's a warning. The way we need to think about this whole thing isn't as a party or a celebration. It's an intense, industry-wide stress test that's going to show us who's really ready for what's next.
And really, that's the big question here, isn't it? Because the forces we're about to dig into, we're talking AI, changing customer desires, brand new competition. This isn't just a Malaysia thing. Nope, this is a blueprint for what's happening in industries all over the world.
Okay, Section 1, the 2026 stress test. Let's really get into why this 1 year is being seen as such a make-or-break moment for the entire tourism ecosystem.
You know, there's this weird tension in the air. Everybody can feel the ground shifting under their feet, right? They know massive change is on the horizon, but there's also this sense of, well, resignation. A hope that maybe, just maybe, they can wait it out and things will be okay without having to really adapt.
And to give you an idea of the stakes, we're talking about a huge number. The government is aiming for over 147 billion ringgit in tourism money in 2026. So the money's on the table, the tourists are definitely on their way. The billion-dollar question is, who's actually positioned to capture that value? And this slide, wow, this really shows you one of the biggest shifts. For the longest time, the competition was seen as far-off places like Europe or the US. But look now, the game has totally changed. It's a full-on, fierce regional battle with powerhouses like Thailand, Japan, and Indonesia, and they are all moving incredibly fast.
So the crucial point is that the old playbook is basically being thrown out the window. That generic 5-day city tour package, yeah, that's not going to fly anymore. The companies that win are going to be the ones who can sell a distinct identity, something that taps into a traveler's need for real culture, for wellness, for faith, for a story they can't get anywhere else.
So if the product itself has to change, well, you can bet the way you reach people has to change too. And that brings us right to our next section, the Great Digital Shakeup. We're talking about the first huge disruptive force, where tech, and let's be specific, AI isn't just tweaking the marketing plan, it's totally rewriting the rules of the game.
Now this right here, this is probably one of the most important ideas to grasp. It used to be all about your Google ranking, but pretty soon, the real question is going to be, does ChatGPT even know you exist? Because if an AI doesn't serve you up as a trusted answer, for all intents and purposes, you're invisible. And listen, this isn't some sci-fi future we're talking about. This is happening right now, and it's happening incredibly fast. I mean, look at this. Over 40% of travelers are already using AI to plan their trips. People aren't just typing keywords into a search bar. They're having a conversation and asking for real recommendations. So here's the thing you got to understand about AI. It doesn't care who has the biggest marketing budget. It rewards clarity. It rewards businesses that know exactly who they are, that have a super clear niche, content that's easy to understand, a platform where you can actually book, and of course the reviews and social proof to back it all up.
Okay, so for years, the big online travel agencies, your Booking.coms, your Expedias, they were the kings. They seemed untouchable, right? And their whole empire was built on 3 things. They owned search traffic, they trained us to compare a million options, and they counted on us having the patience to do it. Well, AI is like a wrecking ball to all 3 of those pillars. So what does this mean? It means the whole strategy has to flip. You still use the big guys, the OTAs, to get your name out there for visibility. But the real end game? Drive those customers to your own platform to book directly. And why is that so important? Because when you own the platform, you own the relationship, you own the data, and you can build a loyal base of people who come back again and again.
Okay, so technology is one massive disruptive force, but the other one is the customer themselves, which brings us to the new meaning seeker. Because let's be clear, the traveler today is not the same person they were just a few years ago.
I love this quote. Peace of mind is the new luxury. It just perfectly nails this huge psychological shift. We're not just talking about fancy hotels anymore. Luxury today is a feeling. It's about feeling safe, feeling reassured, finding a little bit of calm in a pretty crazy world. People aren't just buying a trip, they're buying a state of mind.
And you can see this play out when you look at what's actually making people book a trip. It's not about trying to cram 10 cities into 7 days anymore. It's about going on a wellness retreat, or maybe a trip focused on faith. It's about slowing down, going to a specific cultural festival. It's about feeling more, not just seeing more.
And this right here is where a country like Malaysia has this incredible, almost unfair advantage. All these trends that are going mainstream, like halal tourism, nature retreats, safe travel for families, these aren't new things they have to invent. They're already baked into the country's DNA.
So, if there's one thing to take away about the new traveler, it's this. Travel is becoming less about escaping your life for a week and more about using that week to realign your life. It's travel with a purpose.
All right, so we've laid out the problems, the disruptions, the big challenges. Now let's talk solutions. Let's get into the future-proof playbook.
Okay, so here's how you have to think about 2026. It's not a marketing campaign, it's a filter, a once-in-a-generational filter. It's one of those moments in time where the market just rapidly and honestly brutally separates the businesses that get it from the ones that get left behind.
And this table breaks it down perfectly. This filter is not going to reward the old stuff. Competing on price, offering generic tours, just sitting around waiting for government help, or being totally dependent on the big booking sites. Nope. The filter will reward the new essentials, having a sharp, clear positioning, owning your own platforms, having the social proof to back it up, and moving with speed.
And when you boil it all down, it comes to this fundamental shift in mindset. The old way was selling tours. The new way is building inbound identities. The job isn't just to be a travel agent anymore. It's to build a brand so strong and so clear that both modern travelers and the AI assistants they use can find you, trust you, and choose you.
And that brings us to the final thought. This isn't some far-off prediction. The future isn't coming. It's already here. The future of travel is being booked right now. So the only question left for every single person watching this is, are you on the list?